Okay, so talking more numbering system, number system. So here we should be able to tell the difference between, first of all, in level 2 you only focus on two numbering system, which is decimal numbers, decimal numbers, decimal numbers, decimal numbers will also be referred to as base 10. Why are we referring to this as base 10? Because decimal numbers uses 10 numbers starting from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, and 9. 9 is the 10th number because we started with 0. So if you start from 0, 9 was the 10th number. And the next numbering system that you guys use in level 2 is binary number. So binary number. And binary numbers is also referred to as base 2. So base 2. Why do we call it base 2? Because it only uses two numbers, 0, 1. 0 and 1 are the only numbers that binary number has. So now, the major exercise, the major thing to know in numbering system here in level 2 is, first of all, it's converting. So we're going to do a lot of converting. So the easiest thing we're going to start with is, I can call this point 1, where we do converting. We do converting from decimal numbers. So we're going to be converting decimal numbers from decimal to binary. In other words, we're going to be converting from base 10 to base 2. So now I know this is the easiest part for everyone. I'm actually not supposed to be doing this, but I'm just doing this for recap purposes. So we have been using a different method. There is another method which is used in a textbook. It's much more it's also understandable. It's much easier to understand also, but we have come together and agreed on this method, which is very simple, and nobody needs to memorize this method. So it's just straightforward. We decided we are going to be applying these methods to convert. So if you are comfortable with this method, you can stick with us. If you are not comfortable with this method, you can still do the method which is familiar to you as described in the textbook. So here's what we do. I'm going to choose a number. Let me take any random number. Let me take 39. So I'm going to do two examples. 39. And usually the examiner is going to write like this. Let me do it like this. Usually the examiner is going to write like this. Then it writes indents down the 10. This is just to notify us as that 39 is actually in base 10. And we want to convert 39 into binary. And usually in your question paper, examiner does this. They want you to convert 39, which is in base 10, into binary. So what do? We have this method where what we do, we draw a table, and from right to left. Remember, we said binary is base 2. So from right to left, we complete a table of 2 to the power something, starting from 2 to the power 0. So I'm going to draw my table like this. This is the easiest method. 2 to the power 0, and the answer is 1. 2 to the power 1, and the answer is 2. 2 to the power 2, and the answer is 4. 2 to the power 3, and the answer is 8. 2 to the power 4, and the answer is 16. 2 to the power 5, and the answer is 32. Someone is going to ask, when are you going to stop? Up to how many 2 to the power are we going to go? Let me show you. You are going to stop if we go 2 to the power 6. The answer is 64. Watch here. 64 is bigger than the number we want to convert. Where do you stop? You stop when the number that when the answer that you get from 2 to the power is equal or smaller than the number you want to convert. In our case here, we have to stop at 2 to the power 5, which is 32. Because if we go to 2 to the power 6, which is 64, we cannot, because 2 to the power 6 gives us 64, and 64 is far higher than 39. We want to convert 39, so the number that we get, the highest number we get here, should be equal or smaller and closer to 39, the number you want to convert. So we don't need 2 to the power 6. We're going to stop at 2 to the power 5. Now, what is our next step? The next step is going to be between 36, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Which combination of number can we make here to get 39? So, 32. We start with 32. If we add 32, if we add 16 to 32, that gives us 48, and 48 is bigger. If we add 8 to 32, that gives us 40, and 40 is bigger than 39. So we don't use 16, we don't use 8, and if we 32, if we add 4 to 32, it gives us 36. It is smaller than 39. If we add another 2 to this, it gives us 38. It's still smaller. And if we add a 9, then we get 39. So look at this. 32, 4, 2, and 1 gave us 39. So what does that mean? It means here where the answer was 32, we give it a 1. Where the answer was 4, also here, we give it a 1. And where the answer was 2, also give it a 1. And where there's a 1, we use the... So the numbers that's after adding them together gave you 39 gets a 1. And the number that didn't give you, that did not contribute for us to have 39, then get a 0 there. So this is how we get to this one. We're going to try and do another example.